Turn to the left.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Okay. Hey, he's cool. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Anyway, high five one more time. I missed.
It's dark.
Oh, it is very dark. Stairway to hell. Ugh. That's tempting. Can I go?
I hit myself in the head with the microphone.
You alright?
The name's Owen. Nick Owen.
Whoa. I had to do it.
Good response. Nice.
I had to do it because, again, I know it's not the right Keanu Reeves character, but just the whoa.
Yeah.
No way. It's like, bro, I read about you all the time. Oh, by the way, how many women, bro? Tell me, how many?
I love that they were talking in the Sunny podcast about him playing a part in the one movie where they were trying to get him to go undercover as a surfer. And he was just like, me, a surfer? No. Like, you know, it's like, no one would ever believe that.
No one would ever believe that.
I wouldn't know how to talk or anything.
No.
Like,
saved your life, bro. Gosh, it's such a silly movie. Silly but good. Point Break is literally one of it. There's dumb action movies that are just good, and then there's what are perceived as dumb action movies, but actually are very, very smart. For instance, dumb action movies that are dumb but good. You know, Bad Boys, Point Break, a few others that happened during the 80s and 90s. Oh yeah, Tango and Cash. That one's one that's really, really dumb. But then there's the ones that are perceived as dumb but are actually very smart. Demolition Man, which predicted a shit ton about internet culture in the future. And then there's also what was it? I just thought of it. Oh yeah, The Last Boy Scout, which had some of the best dialogue ever, and basically reinvented action movie dialogue for like the next 20, 30 years. And then, Total Recall. Basically, everyone remembers it for the alien woman with the 3 titties. Literally, that's just like, oh yeah, that's the one with the woman with the 3 titties, right? It's like, yes. It's also a very deep...
Arnold, right?
Yeah. It's also a very deep, introspective look at, are we really who... we prescribe ourselves to be in our minds, or is everything just a dream?
So it's an Arnold film I still haven't seen yet, though I know a lot about it.
Do you know about the woman with the 3 boobies?
Oh yeah, I know.
Of course, everyone knows about it before they actually watch the movie.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I basically know the plot of the movie too, from what I can't 100% remember it because my stupid brain, but I've heard the plot before.
It's a difficult one to explain. But once you get the concept of it, once you're along for the ride, it's a lot of fun. Oh, boy. Well, we're going to go ahead and hop into this before it gets too late. We're already 8 minutes in on this intro. I'm going to have to trim some of this down. So anyway, This is a death battle. James Bond versus John Wick. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
It was mostly relevant about action movies.
James Bond.
Mostly.
The world-famous secret agent 007.
John Wick, the legendary hitman who did the impossible.
Whether they fly solo or operate on behalf of the government, the world is filled with professional killers of all shapes and sizes.
But which one of cinema's super assassins is packing Parabellum, and which one will live to die another day? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. From the shores of Crab Key to the crap stables of Casino Royale, from Russia with Love to Moonraker at the edge of outer space, no man has saved the world more times than Bond.
James Bond. He's the OG action hero, the slickest Scot there ever was, the coldest warrior of the swinging 60s.
After a climbing accident in the French Alps took his parents, the young James studied abroad and graduated to the Ministry of Defense, just in time for World War II.
He rose through the ranks, quickly becoming a commander of the Royal Navy. And when you find the thing you're good at, in his case wanting murder, never do it for free.
So, after the war, James decided on Her Majesty's Secret Service and became a special agent of MI6. And they were so impressed, he was given his first 2 state-sanctioned assassinations. With this baptism in blood, Bond was granted the legendary 00 status and a license to kill with impunity.
As the premier defender of the West, Agent 007 is a jack of all trades when it comes to kicking commie ass and terrorist ass. And basically everyone's ass for the past 60 years. From the novels to the movies to the comics and games, he's been rebooted tons of times, but they're all still Bond.
Bond is a master of infiltration, disguise,
That again, the Roger Moore ones are so silly.
acrobatics, driving, diving, skiing, boating, climbing, horseback riding, airplane pilot, swordsman, knife fighter, knife thrower, people thrower.
And deadliest of all, gamer. Bond carries his classic Walter PPK, among the world's first successful double-action semi-automatic pistols. While it only carries 9 rounds, its small size makes it optimal for concealment.
And a microdermal sensor in the grip coded to Bond's fingerprint means only he can fire it.
It even comes with unique ammo that breaks apart upon entry and creates 8
Yeah.
exit wounds, traveling like a bullet but hitting like a shotgun.
Especially deadly considering Bond has the golden eye of an expert marksman, able to take out a room of armed guards in a single second, or shoot the fuel tank of a helicopter from a speeding boat a quarter of a mile away.
He's just as deadly disarmed. Bond combines multiple martial arts like judo, boxing, Krav Maga, Muay Thai, and Jiu-Jitsu, allowing him to keep up even when outnumbered.
This mix of styles is likely the Welsh self-defense system known as Goshinkwai, which is taught by the modern Special Air Service.
Though that all pales in comparison to his greatest ability. F***ing banging, laying down pipe. He's
Yes.
so proficient at seduction, it actually feels more like a superpower.
Look, we're not kidding. He once seduced a female assassin sent to kill him so thoroughly, she threw herself in front of the bullet meant for him. She knew him for less than 2 minutes.
Yes. Again, so silly.
Yeah, sometimes Bond does stuff I can only describe as superhero shit. Look at this. So why not follow that impulse and give him some superhero gadgets too?
Developed by MI6's resident quartermaster, Q, Bond's spy gadgetry often complements his knack for problem solving and quick thinking.
He's got a pen that'll explode after 3 clicks and disarm after a 4th, an Omega Seamaster watch that can shoot a laser beam, a cigarette that fires a miniature rocket, and C4 toothpaste that can be remotely detonated. Probably a safer bet than that pen, especially if you're a compulsive clicker like me. Wait, was I on 3 or 4?
Throw it.
He also occasionally wears a lightweight bulletproof vest, as well as a garrote wire for quiet kills and a grappling hook hidden within his belt buckle.
That's only the semi-normal shit. He's carried earbuds that give him super hearing, X-ray shades, ultrasonic cufflink grenades, a stun gas keychain, a cell phone taser, exploding remote-controlled drones, a nanosuit that turns him completely invisible, and a frigging jetpack. You've gotta have a hell of a pair of thunderballs to piss off a crazy Scot riding one of those.
But his greatest weapon is the one, the only,
His dick!
the Aston Martin DB5.
Oh,
That's a badass
Oh my
car.
gosh.
Never mind.
As a
This
classic.
I was
episode
wondering if they were
isn't
gonna
just a-
say the car
Oh, of
on
course.
here.
Well, again, most of the time, like everyone always goes back to this one because it's the classic.
Yeah.
It was the one that was in Goldfinger, and this one is seen as the Bond car.
To be honest, though, I have a bit of childhood nostalgia because of the game that came out after GoldenEye, I believe. Agent Under Fire, I believe it was.
Oh yeah.
For the BMW Z8.
That one's also really good. No, again, he's always driving either German cars or British cars. He again, Aston Martin, entirely British. And I remember when the Vanquish 12 came out it was a Die Another Day. Holy crap, that thing looked sick.
Yeah, I kind of wanted a BMW for a long time because of that BMW.
Well, again, Beamers are quality cars. Well, they were. I would say now that a lot of people say that their quality's fallen off.
Yeah,
Sad
they're
to
hard to
say.
work
My
on.
dad told me I shouldn't get
Too
one
expensive.
because it's too expensive to fix and
Yep.
they'd break down all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
The metric system, everybody. Ain't it fun?
Look, she's packing front-mounted machine guns, oil slicks, smoke
I
screens,
want
and of
one.
course, the ejector seat. Oh, and good luck trying to break in. This baby is insanely bulletproof. Like, just look at this. It won't stop. Still going. Still going.
Q has provided numerous vehicles over the years with ever more insane features, like a submarine transformation, light-bending holograms,
Yeah, the
and a
Lotus.
remote control built into Bond's phone.
God, just look at him, living his best life. And why wouldn't he? He's a globe-trotting ladies' man with the UK Treasury as his personal credit card. He's got the world in the palm of his hand.
But for some, the world is not enough. Though Bond's
Wow.
iterations may vary, one thing remains throughout. Behind that debonair smile and British wit is a broken, soulless shell. A man only good for killing.
I guess it's no surprise that a dude who smokes up to 70 cigarettes a day and routinely drinks enough to enter a coma might have a death wish.
Now, James wasn't always like this. Not long after getting his 00, he found love, and loved so much he left the Secret Service behind.
But there are some lives you can't escape, and some lives you can't save, no matter how hard you try. Sometimes all that's left is to kill the love inside you until all that matters is revenge.
There's no denying Bond's psychopathic tendencies. He's killed hundreds of enemy combatants over his career and might just enjoy the act of torture.
But what makes me respect him is he never forgets a pun afterward.
All that hate and regret wrapped up into one man with nothing to live for. The perfect assassin for a dying empire.
Oh yeah, that one in License to Kill. Benicio del Toro was one of the main baddies of that film, and dragging him into the cocaine grinder and just getting ground. Oh, that's one of the more brutal ones that Bond has done.
Yeah.
Bond is strong enough to hold his own against superhuman henchmen like Oddjob and Jaws, who can lift a van off the ground.
He survived being blasted by a Stinger missile, falling hundreds of feet into a river, and having his eggs.
At
Yeah.
his best, he's even fast enough to dodge gunfire nearly point blank, and missiles, while in free fall, and still shoot people. This is the superhero shit we were talking about.
Time and time again, he's outsmarted criminal masterminds like Dr. No, Goldfinger, and Scaramanga, the man with the golden gun. He's even bested the worst of them all, his arch nemesis, the international terrorist, Blofeld.
In 2 different timelines, no less. And plot twist, in the second, Blofeld was Bond's long lost adoptive brother. Which, if I recall correctly, also happened in Austin Powers. But that's
Yes.
why we love the
That's why it was so silly when they did it in the second go round.
Scottish so-and-so. Who else could escape a giant space laser by kite surfing on a tsunami? What more can we say about 007? He's got the best job in the business, and nobody does it better.
This episode of Death Battles.
Oh yeah.
You ever just screw up, like really badly? Like
Yes.
make the worst mistake ever?
Yes.
So bad you're just for the rest of your life?
Yes.
Yes. Let's lay
Yes. I started a YouTube channel.
out a hypothetical. You see a car that you like, but its owner won't
a
sell.
Mustang.
So
Yep,
you
Mach
follow him
1.
home, beat him senseless, steal his car, and kill his dog.
The dog his beloved wife gifted him after she died very recently. So yeah, pretty big mistake.
Oh man, that was. I remember watching this in theaters with my mom. At first, I thought this was gonna be again. This was under the guise of a dumb action. It's like, oh god, this guy's gonna go on a rampage over his dead dog. Wow, yeah, that's great. It's gonna be amazing. How wrong I was.
One thing I really appreciated about it, and it's such a simple thing, is in every dumb action movie, it's always like, oh, Bond's on the way. We'll be ready for him and we'll beat him. It's like, what makes you think we'll beat him when he's already fucked up like 100 major bad guys before us? Like, It's like, no, like in this movie, it's like, you killed whose dog? It's like, you're a fucking idiot and you're dead. Good fucking luck. Like, basically,
yeah.
it's like the bad guys know who he is and they know they can't win against him. Like, and I appreciate that about it. Like, they'll try when he shows up, but they're like, fuck, we're screwed.
Well, again, crafting the perfect, like, terrifying protagonist. Having Michael Nyquist basically punish his son for doing that and explain to him exactly what kind of monster he basically woke up. Again, I love that so much.
I can't remember exactly what he said about the boogeyman or whatever.
He's just like,
but-
have you ever heard of Baba Yaga, the boogeyman? Well, he's not exactly the boogeyman. He's the motherfucker we sent to kill the boogeyman.
Yeah, that was
It's like, damn. He's like, just like, I gave him an impossible task, knowing full well he would fail, but he succeeded. And the bodies he buried that day laid the foundation of what we are now. And now, my son, after his retirement and the death of his wife, you go and steal his fucking car and kill his fucking dog. Yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked
sure.
up. Bad. Nice going, Theon.
And this man, well, he just happens to be the single deadliest assassin in the entire world.
He may be called Baba Yaga, but he's not the boogeyman. He's the one you sent to kill the goddamn boogeyman.
Exactly.
John Wick. So yeah, that's one pretty huge mistake.
The full story of this specter is almost non-existent, but rumor has it he was trained by the Ruskaroma crime syndicate from a young age, before moving to America and making a name for himself in its criminal underworld.
Jardani
Terrifying enough to
Jovanovic.
scare the living daylights out of even the most hardened murderers.
Wick is a master martial artist, combining several schools into an all-purpose fighting style that focuses on maximum efficiency with minimal effort.
Almost no
And
one
also
who was
gun
trained
kata.
correctly has
Yeah.
lived to tell the tale. So which specific forms he practices are for his eyes only. So why don't we look at
I've
the
seen a lot of
martial
people
arts
diss
used
on
to
gun
prepare
kata,
for-
but as, you know, an edgelord teenager, gun kata is one of my favorite things.
Well, Equilibrium, again.
Yeah,
that-
Equilibrium is like my favorite movie of all time. I don't care if it's dumb; it's fucking amazing.
Well, it is.
It's
Style,
so kick-ass.
So stylish. I love Equilibrium as
Yeah.
well. Gun
That movie
kata-
could have had zero plot and just all the same gun battles and stuff, and may not know why it was happening, and it would still be my favorite movie, probably.
I would say gun kata. It spawned from Krav Maga, because Krav Maga is one of the that and I forget the Russian one that the Spetsnaz uses. They're really like two of the best of like handling like handguns and short range, you know, like unarmed. Like they teach you like the best techniques of redirection, disarming, or you know, just putting yourself in a predicament, in a situation to where you're less likely to be shot. Again, it's similar to gun kata, but in a more realistic scenario. Don't get me wrong, I love gun kata, and Kurt Vimmer is a genius for coming up with it in terms of the style. But again, I don't know.
The movies by everyone's favorite immortal, Keanu Reeves.
Reeves
Yeah.
combines Sambo, Aikido, Judo, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for defensive joint locks, throws, and wrestling moves to avoid as much damage to himself as possible while using his
He's
opponent's
legitimate
movement
as well in
against
terms of
him.
martial
So his
arts.
go-to is Krav Maga, which is designed to take all the best
There
moves
you go.
from various martial arts to make the ultimate fighting style.
While most martial arts are designed with other purposes in mind, like exercise, Krav Maga's entire goal is basically murder.
And boy, if that isn't Wick to a T.
Yeah.
In his hands, literally anything can be a deadly weapon. Knives, swords, books, his belt. Shit, he once took out 3 guys with
a pencil.
A number
Fucking-
2 pencil. And thanks
Number
to John's
2
precise
pencil.
understanding of the
fucking
human
pencil.
body, he can target weak points and vital organs with ease.
Oh,
But thanks to
It's
the
my second
Continental,
favorite pencil
doesn't
scene
have to rely
in a
on
movie.
writing utensils to execute.
I'm afraid to ask, what is number 1?
Want to see a magic trick?
Ah!
I'm gonna make this pencil disappear.
That is a good one. Ta-da! It's on. So good.
I did not expect that, but it was awesome.
No one did. That's why it was so good. Rest in peace, Heath.
Yeah.
Victims.
Imagine a chain of hotels around the world that serve as a front for a whole underground society of assassins. He can
Continental.
consult the wine steward's robust
Ah,
selection.
yes.
Pistols, revolvers, submachine
sommelier.
guns, assault rifles, shotgun, plastic explosives, it's all on the menu.
Though Wick prefers his Heckler & Koch P30L, a polymer-framed semi-automatic handgun that holds 15 rounds of 9x19 parabellum.
Which he wields like an artist does a paintbrush. Wick can empty entire rooms full of enemies before they can blink, once even taking out 7 armed guards in only 3 seconds.
He's the definition of accurate, almost never missing a shot, and that includes on horseback. And motorcycle pack. If he's got a view to a kill, you can bet he's taking it.
And he comes literally dressed to kill with his perfectly tailored, tactically lined suit jacket that is completely bulletproof. Even repeated gunshots from close range do nothing to him.
It also helps him blend into the shadows for some sick stealth kills, and even disappear in plain sight like the goddamn Batman.
Wick eventually joined the Tarasov mob and quickly became one of their top enforcers, a grim reaper who hunted their enemies with divine prejudice.
But maybe this Angel of Death was more human than we
He's
first
still
thought.
flicking
got
that
the pen.
pen.
Years of being
He's gonna-
a badass,
he's gonna
Wick
blow
wanted out of
himself
the mob
up.
to get married to the love of his life and retire. Wow, I wonder how that first date conversation went. Man, she must have really fallen for him. I guess he put the ass in assassin.
So his boss
Jesus.
gave him an impossible task. He could leave if he wiped out every last one of the mob's enemies in a single night. Which he did, because human or no, he's still
Stop
John Wick.
clicking
Stop
the
it.
pen.
And he lived happily
Boom.
ever after. Well, until his former boss's snot-nosed son screwed up. Like, really badly. Great job, Theon. You never miss.
It wasn't just some dog, but a semblance of hope. The opportunity to grieve unalone, his last tether to a happy life.
Poor
So
doggy.
Wick was back with a vengeance, prepared to kill every last person that got in his way until the whole of New York's criminal underworld had been razed by his bloody crusade. Over the course of the 3 movies, which span only about 2 weeks, Wick left over 300 bodies in his wake.
300. Running into him is like seeing the sky fall. You're going to die. There's no escape. He survived being stabbed.
They used a horse to kill one of them. Just like all of a sudden, smack. Kicks his head off.
Rammed by cars, shot in the stomach, blown up, mutilated, and knocked off of a 10-story building. All within a fortnight.
Oh, and somewhere in there he found the energy to trek through the Saharan desert. And it's not like his injuries from the previous movie had time to heal, or the ones from the movie before that.
We cannot emphasize this enough. John Wick is unstoppable.
He's strong enough to toss around full-grown men, snap bone, and body slam 2 assassins through a bulletproof glass floor.
Wick absolutely annihilated his former Tarasov employers, the Neapolitan crime family, Camorra, and fended off an international army of assassins attacking him at random, one after the other, every few minutes.
Even after being declared excommunicado by the Continental, bereft of his former resources, he killed every last soldier sent after him by the High Table.
With barely a quantum of solace to rest. Like we said,
Love the fact that he
completely
also got a pity as his,
unstoppable.
like, replacement
Outgunned,
dog.
outmanned,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. John Wick lost everything in the world that meant anything to him, and that means he won't stop killing until there's no one left, or he dies trying. And good freaking luck with that. This episode of
Mint Mobile. No need. I have AT&T. Okay, so who you got?
John Wick.
John Wick?
Yeah, as classic as Bond is, as much as I like Bond, I feel like John is one of the few people with a chance of taking him down.
I think so too. I mean,
He's literally the guy you send to kill the boogeyman if Bond is the boogeyman of international men of mystery.
well, yeah, you have to think. John's on, like, they're both on the
I know
opposite
that was
sides
an
of the
Austin
coin.
Powers reference, but
They're
still.
both on the opposite sides of the coin. I mean, John is a career criminal. He's a hitman. He's an assassin. One of the best, if not the best. And then they have James Bond, who is a hitman and an assassin, but for the government.
Yeah, and a spy.
And a spy. So, again, this would be a logical fight to happen. I would love to have seen this if, they hadn't ended Bond. The fact that they did still pisses me off. But
I haven't heard about that.
don't watch the most recent Bond film if you don't want to be extremely angry.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, this would have been an awesome crossover if they would have been able to talk it out. Like, hey, James Bond versus John Wick. Who would win? I would love to have seen it, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen. Except for here.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you, Death Battle.
All right, the combatants are set. You've run the data through all possibilities.
It's no time to die for a death battle!
Is not one to be taken lightly. Be careful, 007. And happy hunting.
Your concern is always touching, Q. Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. What can I get you, mate? Drinks are on me.
I prefer to be alone.
Unfortunately, I wasn't asking, Baba Yaga. Now you can come with me, or we can do this here.
Killing isn't permitted on company grounds.
Lucky me.
Whoop! Oh!
Seems you've got me at a disadvantage. You won't mind giving a dead man walking one last smoke?
What does MI6 want with me?
Your reputation precedes you. I'll be sure to keep up.
No, you won't.
Oof! Oh, good German. Oof. Three clicks. Uh-oh.
To be entirely honest, I lost count.
That happens. Oh, internet. No.
Damn it.
God dang it, internet.
Worst time.
Hold on. Try to connect again. It'll say... Ah, there we go. Let's... And right there. Oh yeah, the remote control car. The DB5.
Oh my god.
Oh great. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
To add that level to... Oh, we got him. We stabbed him.
What?
Oh. Ooh.
Thought it was bulletproof.
What comes around goes around, as they say.
Yeah.
Nah.
So why did his gun just suddenly start going through his bulletproof suit?
Bond,
Yeah.
come in. What's the mission status?
Smashing. Positively smashing.
Oh, do grow up, 007.
What?
Yeah, bullshit.
Hey-o! I never...
Again, I know there's gonna be people, who say, "Well, here's the thing, it's fictional. We're allowed to have this opinion about it." And again,
True.
I mean, I don't care like that Bond won. I just think that their animation was a bit dumb because all of a sudden Bond's gun started penetrating John's jacket.
yeah, that makes no sense because it can resist. Like
My problem is just with the bullets going through his jacket there at the end of the animation. It's not
That
with
was-
the fact that Bond won. Like I was just like fully expecting it to go either or, you know.
Again, that's the thing. But like you're saying, that whole thing with him getting shot like that and it going through,
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
that makes no sense.
Yeah,
Zero. There was nothing indicating that those
Body
would
armor
penetrate.
doesn't work like it does in video games, where after you get hit in it a few times, it stops working. Like
Yeah,
maybe if you
this
got
isn't
shot in
Warzone,
the
damn
exact
it.
same spot like multiple times, it could eventually like push a bullet through. But the chances of that happening are basically zero unless you're up against like a superhuman marksman.
Yeah, and again, I could understand. Again, this could have gone either way because hey, a headshot. Both of these guys are done if they get hit with a headshot. Done. And John's predominantly known for hitting headshots, and so is Bond. And again,
I just think they could have played
about,
out the end of their animation better.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not mad about the win. But just,
again, me neither. But
their animations are usually higher quality than that. Is what I'm saying.
yeah, I just really wish a little more was put into it. But again, it's their thing. They can do whatever they want.
Thought Wick could lose, but I guess I'll never say never again. Though his skills and brutal tenacity would have saved Wick initially, against James Bond, you only live twice.
You mean once, right?
I know what I said.
Well, despite all that, Wick met his match in Agent 007.
And match is the optimal word here. Wick may have been an expert martial artist, but Bond has actually practiced several of the same styles Wick has, and has been shown to be just as skilled a fighter, even defeating master martial artist himself.
Wick's ability to shatter a floor of bulletproof glass definitely makes him superhumanly strong, but Bond has fought off similarly powerful henchmen in the past.
And while Wick's speed and accuracy with a gun may look unbeatable, Bond's is just as impressive.
He's landed accurate shots just as well as Wick ever has, but more importantly, he has a faster quick draw.
That's right, despite being played by Neo himself, Wick has never dodged bullets. Bond, on the other hand, has, and that superior speed gave him an edge in both close-quarter combat and on the draw.
Though since both had body armor, the fight probably wasn't going to be won by guns alone. And that's where Bond held his biggest advantage, his gadgets.
Gadgets.
There was no way Wick would see an exploding pen or a laser watch coming, and that's the whole point of Bond's gadgets. They're seemingly normal, everyday objects that'll take his enemy by surprise.
Given time, Bond has always used these to come up with game-winning strategies, even against numerically superior foes, especially with his more absurd technology like the invisible nanosuit and remote-controlled explosive drones.
Wick's endurance might be mind-blowing, but he isn't invincible.
He can keep fighting even on death's door, but the deadliness of Bond's trick weapons would not have given him that option.
Diamonds are forever, but against someone just as skilled with an arsenal straight out of science fiction, Wick's luck definitely wasn't. Bond may have been the spy who loved me, but against Wick, he was going to live and let die. And you can bet tomorrow never dies. Nailed it. Look, I just had to fit the last few movies in, okay? Oh, wait, shit, I forgot about Octopussy.
The winner is Bond. James Bond. Hey, if you want more death...
Well, there you go. Anyway, again, the ending animation just, again, me really wish they would have gone with something else in terms of just showing John getting maimed.
Like, I think if they were gonna end it with a gunshot, like he even said in the thing, it's like it probably wasn't gonna be ended by guns anyways, given their bulletproof stuff. It's like, then why'd you let the bullet?
Yeah.
Then why would
your animator's fucked up on that one. But I think they should have just ended it at Bond's classic pow, like, you know, and the blood come down, and then go over to John and, like, you know, a bullet in between his head with blood running into his eyes, like,
Yeah.
That
like, you know,
would've
right in
been
his
more
forehead.
That would have been a much more
realistic.
logical ending, a much more, like, realistic one,
Because the
yeah.
headshot would have done it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, the other there's like so many other options. Like they didn't hardly, like they did like maybe 3 of his gadgets. They had the watch, the cigarette, and the car.
Mm-hmm.
There were so many other options he could have called in, like to finish him with, you know,
Yeah.
like or use like in some way.
Well, if anything, I would have had James Bond stalking John Wick a little bit, and then Wick noticed him, but by that point, Bond had set up enough to where his gadgets could really make the difference. You know, like setting up the toothpaste on, like, if they take the fight to the glass like a glass dance floor or something like that. All of a sudden, Bond is just like, "Hope you remember to brush," and then just like the toothpaste explodes, and you know,
Yeah.
Something like that. You know, because that's Bond's
and
other
they
thing
had
too.
the pin, obviously, because to be honest, I lost count. Like, you know.
Well, that's one thing. But again, that was used as a joke. Because they were using it as a joke during the main parts where Wiz and Boomstick were, you know, because Boomstick couldn't stop clicking
I could see that. Like, you know, he when he comes around the column to knife at him right there, like when the car's spinning around.
Yeah.
Like, he could have totally had taken the time to set up like toothpaste C4 on a column and like it made it explode in his face or something to knock him off balance.
Yeah, again, Bond's planning is literally what saves his bacon a lot of the times.
It just kind of felt to me like they sort of ran out of animation time or budget or something before they finished it.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that overall, pretty good. I was at about a 9 on the video, feeling that.
Yeah.
But after the battle, I gotta say, I'm at a 7 right now.
So,
Still,
like, out of all the death battles I've watched so far, like, this one didn't make me nearly as angry as a lot of them did. Like,
yeah.
Not a lot of them, but a couple of them did, you know.
Yeah.
Particularly, I'm still not a fan of cartoon bullshit. Like, I mean, I don't think cartoon bullshit should even be placed against something that doesn't also have cartoon bullshit.
Well, again, you know, we still... There's still people who are mad at us over the Popeye versus Saitama one.
That's what I'm referring to.
And here's the thing.
In which case, this is all I have to say to you. So I don't rotate.
There's people... Dude, there are people who are just like, you all just still can't let it go. You're so angry. I'm like, dude, you are literally the only one still bringing it up. How long
the only
has that
reason I
been?
brought it up right
How
now
long-
is because I'm reacting to another death battle video.
It's like, oh my god, how long has it been? How long has it been since we did the... Let's take a look real quick. Let's do Saitama. Come on, internet, work. Thank you. But let's do it. Let's. It was literally over a year ago, almost a year. Oh no, 6 months ago, or no, almost. It is almost a year ago. It's like over 9 months ago. It's about 9 months ago, I should say.
2,050 comments.
Yeah.
Salty.
Yeah, super salty. And they said we were salty. All we did was say, come on. Yeah, the rubber hose animation, you know, being considered God mode. Again, that's kind of silly. But again, that people can feel however the hell they want. And again, you know, I don't understand it, but that's their thing. But the fact that people are still salty here 9 months later and are still commenting on our videos and saying, you all are stupid for the you know, Saitama versus Popeye death battle react. I'm like
y'all are stupid for
like,
thinking somebody's stupid over an opinion.
We have literally made, I would wager we have made at least 1,000 videos since then. I think we've moved on.
Yeah.
Sounds like y'all haven't. Anyway.
It never will.
Yeah,
but just basically, like, this is my least favorite death battle animation so far. I liked all the animations so far, even the ones for the battles I didn't agree with, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
But for some reason, this one dropped the ball. But I don't know. Decision's fine. Like I said, like, I only picked Jean because I was like, out of anybody that could take Bond down, I feel like he's the only one that has a chance. But I wasn't really expecting him to win, to be honest. Like, I do love James Bond as well, but I really love the John Wick movies, so that's why I was like, yeah, he may have a chance. I'll go with John Wick, you know?
Yeah. Again.
But I'm fine with the results, just not the animation for it.
Yeah, I just really wish... the reason I said bullshit was because just like, oh, come on, that's it? That's all they're going to do for this? Well. Anyway. I think that's it, everybody. This was Death Battle, James Bond versus John Wick. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. If y'all want to see more, be sure to click the Death Battle name in the title of the video. And until next time, I'm Nate.
I'm Kate.
I am Nick.
We'll see you later, everybody. Peace.
See ya.